Hello students, how are you? Hope all of you are fine and studying. Myself Divya Sahu, and today I am going to continue our previous lesson, that is animal life. In animal life, I have taught you that animals are present everywhere. They live on land, inside the water, and they fly in the air. Also, I have told you about wild animals, domestic animals, and pet animals. After that, we have studied about general characteristics of animals. Animals, they move, they breathe, they need food, they grow, they feel, they reproduce, etc. Also, I have told you that animals, to get their food, they depend on plants. All the animals, they get their food either directly or indirectly from plants. Okay? And why do animals need food? They need food to get energy. To perform different activities, animals require energy. That's why they eat food. Also children, food, it keeps them fit and healthy. It helps them to grow. Okay, so that was why animals, they eat food. Now children, if I discuss about human beings, some human beings, they eat only plant products like vegetables, fruits, grains, pulses, right? So what do you call them? Yes, you call them vegetarian. But some human beings, they eat meat also. Okay, so we call them non-vegetarian. So you are seeing that in human beings also, they are eating different kinds of foods. In the similar way, children, animals, they also eat different kinds of foods. Like if I ask about cow, what does a cow eat? Yes, a cow eats grass. It eats plants, it eats leaves. Okay? What about lion or tiger? They eat flesh of other animals. If I talk about a bear eats both plants and also it eats flesh. What about vulture or eagle? They eat flesh of dead animals. So children, you are seeing that different animals, they are eating different kinds of foods. So on the basis of their eating habits, we can divide animals in 4 categories. Okay, we can classify them. Classifying them means to categorize them. Okay, so children, our today's topic is classification of animals on the basis of their food habits. So on the basis of that eating habits, animals are classified into 4 categories. First one is herbivores. Second one is children carnivores. As I have written here, herbivores, or you can call herbivorous animals. In the same way, carnivores or carnivorous animals. So 2 categories, herbivores, carnivores. Then the third category is children omnivores. And fourth and the last category of animals is scavengers. So children, these are 4 categories of animals on the basis of their eating habit. Okay, so let's discuss them one by one. First category is herbivores. What are herbivores? As the name suggests, herbivores is made up of 2 words, herb and vores. Herb is, children, small plants. And vores means eater. So children, plant eating animals are called herbivore. Animals which eat plants or plant products, they are called herbivorous animal. Okay, like a cow, buffalo, horse, goat, right? These animals, they eat grass. Now cow, buffalo, horse, goat, these are domestic animals which are eating grass. Also there are wild animals which eat plant or plant products. Like, can you give few examples, children? Yes, deer, zebra, giraffe. Other examples? Yes, kangaroo, elephant. So, you are seeing that there are many animals which are eating plant and plant products. Those are called herbivorous animals. Some domestic animals examples are cow, buffalo, horse, goat, sheep. Some wild animals like elephant, kangaroo, zebra, giraffe. Okay? Can you give some other examples, children? Yes, sheep. Okay? Okay, sheep is done. We can say rabbit. Then other one, yes, panda. So these are different examples of herbivorous animals. They eat only plants. Now you know that plant eating animals are called herbivores. Also, I want to tell you one thing, children, that different animals, they are eating various kinds of food. So children, different animals, they have different kinds of teeth set. In herbivores also, they have different kind of teeth. Like if you have seen cow, buffalo, sheep, horses, what do? They chew their food. Also, they pluck the leaves, they bite them. So children, in herbivores, they have front teeth which are wide and sharp. This wide and sharp teeth help animals, herbivorous animals to bite the leaves, to pluck the leaves. Okay? And on the back side of their mouth, they have broad teeth. Strong broad teeth. Why? Strong broad teeth to chew the food. That means in herbivorous animals, in front they have sharp and wide teeth to bite the leaves, to pluck the leaves. And in the back side they have wide teeth, strong wide teeth to chew the food. Okay, children. Now, if I ask you, have you ever observed cow and buffalo? If no food is there around them, you have seen them like doing like. Have you seen that? Yes. So they are doing actions like they are eating something. But there is no food. Then why are they doing this? Because there is a reason behind that, children. Actually, children, cows and buffaloes, when they get their food, they just swallow that. They swallow the food without chewing it. Okay? So, without chewing, they swallow the food and they again bring back that food from stomach to mouth. Okay? What I told, they again bring back that food from stomach to mouth in their leisure time. Okay? And this food which they bring again back in the mouth is called cud. Okay? So children, cows and buffaloes, after swallowing the food without chewing, and when they get some leisure time, they bring it back from their stomach and they bring it in their mouth, and they again start chewing this. This is called chewing of cud. Okay, so children, some animals, they chew the cud, and those animals are called ruminants. What are they called? Ruminants. And this process is called rumination. So, what are the examples of ruminants? Like cow, buffalo. Other examples you can say horses, sheep. Okay, children. So, if I give you definition of rumination, rumination is the process by which some animals, they swallow their food without chewing it, and again they bring it back from stomach to mouth in the form of cud, and they chew it. This process is called rumination. It is present in cows, buffaloes, horse, sheep, etc. Okay, children? So, children, now we know what is rumination. Also, we can call rumination chewing of cud. After rumination, children, if I ask about few other animals like a squirrel or rat, have you ever seen them? How do they eat their food? Like a squirrel. A squirrel, they hold the net in their, like you can say in their limb. Okay, they have small limbs and they hold it like this, and they do it like this. Okay, what is this? Children, this is repeated biting of their food. Okay, children, some animals, they repeatedly bite their food and cut them into smaller pieces. They have sharp front long teeth. Okay, so by using their front sharp long teeth, animals, they break their food into small pieces, and this is called gnawing. What is the next one? Gnawing. Children, G is silent here. Gnawing. G-N-A-W. G is silent. Gnawing. Gnawing you can see in a squirrel. You can see in rat. Again I am telling you what is gnawing. Some animals, by using their sharp front long teeth, they repeatedly bite their food and break into smaller pieces. This process is called gnawing. So, what kind of food is present in gnawing animals? What kind of teeth? They have sharp, long, front teeth. So, by using their front sharp long teeth, they repeatedly bite their food. This process of repeatedly biting of food is called gnawing. Okay, children? After gnawing, let's come to some insect. Can you name any beautiful insect? Yes, butterfly. All of you have seen butterflies. What does a butterfly eat? Yes, butterfly, it sucks nectar of flowers. So children, butterflies, they do not have teeth. So to suck the nectar of flowers, they have different type of structure in their mouth. Actually, children, butterflies, they suck nectar with the help of a tube-like mouth part. They have a long tube-like mouth part. This thin, long, tube-like mouth part help a butterfly to suck the nectar. Just like if you drink coconut water, what do you use? You use straw. You use straw to suck the coconut water present inside the coconut. So children, butterflies, they do not have teeth. They have to suck the nectar of flowers. That's why they have a thin tube-like mouth part. Okay, and you know what this tube-like mouth part is called? It is called proboscis. What it is called? Proboscis. 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 So, what is proboscis? In few insects, there is a thin tube-like mouth part that is called proboscis. In butterfly, proboscis is present to suck the nectar of flowers. Now, after butterfly, children, let's come to some other animal. Which animal fly in the sky? Yes, birds. So, do birds have teeth to eat their food? Have you ever seen? Many of you may have a parrot in your house or some other colorful birds in your house. Have you ever observed teeth in their mouth? No, birds do not have teeth. Then how do they eat their food? Children, to eat food, birds have beak. What do they have? They have beak to eat the food. Generally, birds eat what? They eat grains, they eat fruits, they eat nuts. Right? So, to cut the nut, to crush the grains, to open the nut, birds have beak. Okay? So, you are seeing how birds are eating their food. To eat the food, birds have beaks. Okay, children? So, children, today we have studied about different eating habits and we have studied first category, herbivores. So, now let's revise our today's topic. What I taught you today? First thing, I have told you that animals are classified into 4 categories on the basis of their eating habits. What are those 4 categories? First is herbivore, second is carnivore, third is omnivore, and fourth one is scavengers. In herbivore, I have told you that plant-eating animals are called herbivores. Herb means plant and vores means eater. Then what are different examples of herbivores? Cow, buffalo, horse, sheep, rabbit, panda, elephant, kangaroos. Right? After that, I have told you about rumination. Okay? Herbivores, they have a different kind of teeth set. What kind of teeth set they have? In the front of their mouth, they have sharp and wide teeth. These sharp and wide teeth, they help a herbivorous animal to pluck the leaf and to bite the leaves. And inside their mouth, on back side, they have wide, strong teeth to chew their food. Right? After that, we have discussed about rumination. What is rumination? The process by which herbivorous animals, they swallow their food without chewing it. And again, they bring this food back to your mouth in the form of cud. Then they chew this cud again. This process of chewing the cud is called rumination. or you can also call rumination chewing of cud. The animals which chew cud, they are called ruminants. What are different examples of ruminants? Cow, buffalo, horse, sheep, deer. Right, children? After that, next we have studied gnawing. Many animals like squirrel, rat, rabbit, they have strong, sharp, long front teeth. This type of sharp front teeth help these animals to repeatedly bite their food into small pieces. So this repeatedly biting of food into small pieces by using their sharp front teeth is called gnawing. Examples: squirrel, rats, rabbits. Then we have studied about butterfly. How does a butterfly suck nectar of flowers? By using a long thin tube like mouth part. Okay, this is called proboscis. By this mouth part, by using this proboscis, butterfly suck the nectar of flower. Just like we drink coconut water by using a straw. Okay, so butterflies, they use proboscis, they use thin tube like mouth part to suck the nectar of flowers. Now in last, what did we study? We studied about birds. Birds do not have teeth, they have beaks. This beak birds use to cut the grains, or you can say to crush the nut, to cut the nut, or to open the nut. They use beak. So children, this was all about our today's topic. In our next session, we will study about carnivores and other categories of animals.